Hello, guys. What is today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. My name is Brittni Schray. I am a crown princess here just outside of the Savannah, Georgia area. And I'm so excited to be live here on the Global Synergence page. Do me a favor, as you guys pop on, you catch this live or on the replay, drop me some star emojis. Be sure to tag any Cine buddies, tag your downlines, tag your uplines, anyone that you think would grab value from what I'm about to share with you guys today. So we are going to be talking about setting kind of your vision, right? Like what is your vision for your business? What do you want to achieve this seminar year, right? And then we're going to talk about goals, and we're going to talk about how to set goals and how to work in alignment so that your goals inevitably are going to help lead to what your big vision is for your business. Like, what do you want to accomplish this year, right? Let's drop it in chat. As you guys pop in, give me the stars, all the love, but also I want you to tell me, like, what is your vision for your business this year? Whether it's a rank, whether it is earning something like your Cinecar lease reimbursement, or maybe earning the lips trip. Do we have anyone running for the lips trip? What about getting your Cineblends MUA? Let's see, Inner Circle. There's so many things. That's one thing I really enjoy with Synergence is the recognition side of things. You really do get rewarded for working your business and working towards what some of your goals are, right? So let's talk about vision, okay? This one gets me really excited because literally what your goals are this year. Your vision is something that's typically like in the grand scheme of things, like where do you want to be with your business in 5 years, right? Let's go outside of this seminar year just a little bit because we're going to circle back around to it. But where do you want to be in 5 years? Like, what is your vision for 5 years? So when I personally started my business, I had a vision that I feel like was very little compared to what my vision is now, almost 6 years into this business, because I started back in 2017. So when I started, my vision at the time was to be able to earn extra income to help co-support my family, right? To kind of help with groceries and, just school expenses for the children and things like that. But what is my vision now, right? I see a bigger picture with my business, and I understand that every year that I am doing this business, every year, and I'm setting goals every single year, they're getting me closer to what my vision is, right? So think about what is your big accomplishment? Like, what do you really want to achieve, right? I have a vision of maybe in 5 years from now, I would love to, have built such a business where maybe I have a ranch with horses. And then I think about what my ranch might look like. Like, what does the inside look like? I'm really specific with my vision, right? And I'm thinking about, like, how would my house smell? Like, it's all of these things really sets into reality, like what my bigger vision is for my business, right? So it all starts year by year, right? We start a new seminar year and we start with our goals for what we want to achieve that seminar year. And then it's like, once we hit these goals, then we go into our next seminar year, and maybe we kind of up our ante a little bit. Maybe we kind of add a little extra things, right? Maybe we increase how much in sales we want to do a little bit. Maybe we increase how many people we want to help start a business a little bit, right? So we're going to talk about setting your goals for this seminar year, right? So do you have your vision right now of where you kind of want to be, where you want your business? What's the end game? Like, what do you really want to achieve? And how can your Synergence business help you get to that point, right? So when you go into a new seminar year, One of my most favorite things, and some of my local team, they don't know this yet, but I actually want to have a kind of like a get together where we kind of create like what we want for our vision board to be for that seminar year. Like, what do we want to achieve with it, right? So every year, thinking about a SMART goal. We hear that a lot, right? SMART is an acronym. It means that we want to set a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely goal every year. So we're going to kind of break this down a little bit, right? So as you guys are thinking about what you want to hit this seminar year, you need to make a roadmap to hit it, because hitting goals, like just speaking them out, but you're not putting action behind it, it's basically kind of like a dream, right? Like it might happen. You might dream up that you want to, I don't know, help 20 people successfully start their Synergence business and hit inter-court sponsoring, right? Without action, though, and without a roadmap of how many people do you need to break that down every single month, you're unlikely going to hit it, because you're just kind of like throwing spaghetti at a wall and just kind of seeing what sticks. So having a plan in place is going to help you achieve what your seminar year goals are. So let's talk about specific. We're going to kind of break this acronym down a little bit. And then we're going to talk about building a roadmap to where you want to go with your business, right? So a specific goal is just that. You need to be specific, right? You cannot just say, oh, I'd love to increase my sales by, $1,000, right? Like, hey, we would all like to do that, right? But you need to be specific, right? Like when? When do you need to hit that goal? Like, how long are you giving yourself to get there? Like, what steps are you taking to increase your sales by that amount, right? Like, how many bookings are you doing every week, right? You've got to be very, very specific with your goals. Like, what do you want? It kind of reminds me of The Notebook, right? Where Ryan Gosling was like, what do you want? And he's just repeating it over and over again. Be very specific with what you want to achieve this year with your business. Now, that's the specific side of things. So the next one we're going to break down to is the measurable, right? You have to track. This is your roadmap, right? You've got to track how you're going to get to your goal, right? You're going to track your progress. That means doing an evaluation of like every week, like evaluate. Is what I'm doing this week, or is what I have planned this month, is it leading me to hit this goal, right? Like, you need to be tracking your progress and kind of do a mid-month check, right? If your goal every month is to sign up 3 new qualified downlines, and you're in the middle of the month and you have 0 new downlines, then you need to take a look at your actions and see if they're aligning with that particular goal, right? Like, oh, wow, you know what? I have not asked a lot of people if they would like to start their business this month. You know what? It's the middle of the month. I have been tracking how many people I have offered it to, and I just realized I have not been offering it to enough people. Same goes with your sales. If your goal is sales related and sales specific, if you want to hit $5,000 or have a $5,000 in sales a month goal, then you need to be specific. It needs to be this month, right? Like, you set a goal, like, I'm going to hit this by April the 30th or April the 29th, however many days are in this month, right? You set a specific goal, and then you look at it, and then you say, well, how many demos do I need to schedule in order to increase my sales by that amount, right? And then you do like a weekly and mid-month check to check your progress, right? Because every month, whatever your yearly goals are, everything you do every single month counts, right? If you tend to pull back because maybe you are not hitting your goals as quickly as you think, what happens is you really do yourself a disservice. You're pulling yourself back instead of propelling yourself forward to reaching those goals. So make sure you're doing kind of a progress check, right? Kind of like when we're in school and teachers do progress reports before they submit, like, did your child make honor roll at the end of the year? They're assessing where you're at, right? So you need to assess where you're at with your business and make sure you're measuring how well you're doing by tracking your activities and making sure that they're aligning with what your goal is. Achievable. This is part of the SMART goals, right? We're in the A, so we're talking about achievable. Now this one is really important, right? Because sometimes if we set a goal that's too easy, like if you're a top seller and, selling, $5,000 a month is not crazy hard for you, then, maybe you up that level a little bit. Or maybe if you're a top sponsor, maybe up that level just a little bit. Because if it's too easy, what tends to happen is we're not quite as motivated to hit it because it's not challenging enough, right? But it's also, at the same time, you don't want to necessarily set your goal where it's impossible, right? Or it seems impossible, because I'm all about setting big goals. Like, I will set a big goal that kind of seems out of reach. I will. But I also understand that most people, when they set a bar really high and then it just seems totally out of grasp, sometimes people tend to shut down and they don't want to, they get unmotivated, they get discouraged, right? So when you're setting your goal for this seminar year and you're wanting it to be achievable, like something that you can earn, right? Set it somewhere between where it's going to challenge you and the impossible, like somewhere right in the middle, right? You want it to challenge you and you want it to lead you into that impossible stage, right? So kind of right there in the middle, it's kind of that sweet spot when you're reaching a goal. So an example of this is, say maybe your yearly goal is to rank mated. I'm going to challenge you, because we're challenging each other, right? I'm going to challenge you to set that bar a little bit higher. What if you challenged yourself to reach lady, right? Like, I'm just saying, that is not impossible. That is not impossible. It's going to challenge you. It'll probably get you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but it's not impossible, right? So think about that as you're setting your new seminar year goals, somewhere between challenging and like impossible, where it's just like, it seems like really out of reach. Because if you put it in that middle spot, you're going to be more inclined to chase it. You're going to be more inclined to make sure you're doing the activities that are going to lead you to hitting that kind of middle ground goal, right? Okay, the next one is it relevant? Is your goal relevant to your vision, right? Think about this one, okay? This is a good one now. Is what you're wanting to hit, your goals, does it align with what your vision is for your business, right? How does it fit in with the wider aspiration of things that you would love to envision you or your family to have, right? Like, think about that, right? And then think about why. Like, why are you setting this goal? Like, is this goal really important to you? Is it going to lead you to where you want to go, right? And then lastly, when you're setting a SMART goal, you want to be timely. Now, this is truly the key, right? You want to give yourself a deadline to hit it. I'm going to hit the rank of lady by August. Okay, like, this just me throwing some stuff out here. Like, right, you're giving yourself a very specific deadline. It's clear, it's defined, and you're going to be able to kind of hold yourself a little bit accountable to that. So if it's a sponsoring goal or a sales goal, Maybe it's sponsoring and sales. Maybe some of you are going for your makeup artist certification this year, which I totally recommend. I think that needs to be on everybody's vision board goal for this year, because honestly, the Cineblends MUA, back in 2017 when I started, it literally skyrocketed my business because I was able to demo the products on a ton of people. And when you get to demo the products on people, people are inclined to purchase them. And then I had some who even wanted to sell it alongside me. So I'm just throwing that little nugget in. That's a Brittni nugget, is do the MUA program. Even if aspiring to be this like world-renowned makeup artist is not your thing, it gets you in front of people, right? It gets you the demos in order to boost your sales, boost your sponsoring. It's such a great program. And then let's see, as you guys are giving yourself these SMART goals, I want you to understand it's not going to be comfortable. Okay. That is one thing I hear a lot of, is like, oh, you know, I want to have 50 new customers every month. Do you think the activities that come along with getting 50 new customers every month is going to be comfortable? Probably not, right? Because that means that that person is typically probably doing demos. They are probably going live a lot. For some of us, that is very uncomfortable. They are probably doing vendor events. They're probably doing networking events, so many other activities, right? Because they want 50 new customers every single month. That is a very specific goal, right? And it's not going to necessarily be comfortable, right? Typically, as we're going for some of these goals, you're going to be what's called in the fear zone, right? The fear zone, I like to call it the growth zone. That's where you will grow as a distributor, and you will notice that you're going to start nipping away at those goals, right? You're going to start reaching up to these goals, and then it's going to start aligning with what your vision is. Like, where do you want your business to be at in 5 years, 10 years, goodness, 20 years, right? Like, think about the bigger picture of things, right? When you're creating your vision board for your business, think about like the bigger picture of things, and just know that all of your goals that you're setting this year, they're going to align, and they're going to help you reach whatever your vision is for your business. Now, let's talk about vision and vision boards for your business. I am a very visual person, right? I thrive on seeing things. I like to have stuff printed. Sometimes if I get kind of in a rut, I like to have positive like words of like affirmation, where I can kind of like see like, you are the bomb, you're a great leader, like all of these things, right? So if you're a visual person, I encourage you to make a vision board for this seminar year, but have on that vision board your big vision for your business. Like, what do you want to achieve with all the things? Where do you want to be? How do you want to be feeling? Like all of these things. And you can do this like old school. I love old school, where you kind of put it on a poster board. I was trying to see if I had mine handy. I don't think mine's within reach, but I have mine on like a hot pink neon poster board that I kind of cut down so it's a little smaller. And I was just very crafty, and I cut out a lot of words. I cut out a lot of goals. I wrote goals, and I literally got my glue stick and I just made this vision board. And every year going into a new seminar year, my bigger vision for what I want to achieve, and why I like to work towards all of my goals every year, it always stays the same, right? But my yearly goals tend to change, because as I start hitting them, I kind of start setting the bar a little bit higher, and then I set it a little higher and a little higher. And having these visual aids is so incredibly handy. Show in comments, like, has anybody ever made a vision board before? Comments, like, sometimes are heavily delayed on my end, so I can't see anything right now, but I will go back through. But yeah, drop me in comments. Have you ever created an actual vision board for your business, right? And let's talk too, you can make this as a digital board, right? Go into an app like Canva or Studio or PicMonkey or one of those. Take your face, right? Your picture of you, and then go and vocalize on there. Start typing out, what all do you want to achieve this year? What is your goal this year? What is your bigger vision this year? And then I'm going to challenge you to take that graphic, like print it out, stick it in front of you, put it on the back of your laptop, like wherever you look at on a daily basis. Having that visual aid is going to help you push a little bit harder on the days that are a little bit tougher, right? The days where you take 4 steps back and 1 step forward, you're going to see what your bigger goals are, right? And then you'll be able to kind of snap yourself back and get back on track for where you want to go, right? If you're like, oh goodness, I am not there in sales this month yet, or you can snap yourself back and you can figure out where you need to start making some adjustments and plugging in more demos, right? Everything, just FYI, can be solved in your business with demos, by the way. So if your goals for your business are hitting any of these things, do more demos. Okay. That is literally the secret to having a successful business, is having your funnel continuously getting full of new customers. It helps you hit your vision. It helps you hit your goals. And so all of those activities, you constantly are having a plethora of new people coming into this funnel, and it's helping you attain and reach your goals. So on that note, I am going to encourage you to create your vision board, right? And I honestly would love it if you create this, and I want you to post them here in the comment section of this video. So I want you to make that graphic, right? The one with your face on it, and you vocalizing what your seminar year goals are. How many people are you going to help start their business? How much sales are you aiming to hit? Are you wanting to hit any particular ranks or recognition this year? Like any lifestyle goals that you want, right? Like I would love to get a little bit more like muscles and fitness and all of that. Like you can put all of this on your board, right? But specifically for your business, I would love for you, and I'm going to challenge you to make this vision board. And I want to see it here in the comment section of this video. So this video will be up until the end of time, and you guys can constantly come back to this whenever you feel like you need that push, whenever you feel like you're kind of pulling back and you need to kind of propel yourself forward a little bit. I am here to tell you it is absolutely worth it. You are worth hitting your goals. Your family's worth hitting your goals. And you absolutely have it within you to achieve anything that you set your mind to. Even the things that seem impossible, they won't seem so impossible as you start reaching and hitting your goals. And you're kind of in that middle marker. Once you get in that middle marker, what do you think? That goal that seems impossible, it's not going to seem so impossible because you're close, right? You're like already halfway there. And so you're going to be able to kind of reach for bigger things every year. You can reach for other things every single year. You can kind of level your business up a little bit so you continuously have that steady growth so that you can achieve what your goals are for this year. And when you start to feel yourself pull back, this is why having that visual aid plastered in front of you is very key. Be very specific. Have it right in front of you. If you thrive on this, I suggest whatever your vision is for the new seminar year, that graphic you're going to make and you're going to post it here, you're going to take that and I want you to post it on your personal page. Go post it in your beauty group. Go vocalize to the people that are in your network, hey, this is what I'm working on this year, right? I want to hit these goals this year, and that's going to be part of your accountability, right? Because you're putting it out there. That's probably going to push you out of your comfort zone. That is a good first step to kind of take that leap and to vocalize what your goal is, right? And some people might not get it, right? Like outside of our Synergence business, they might be like, what is inner circle? Like, what does that mean? They might not get it, but you know what that means, right? And hey, that's a great conversation starter. If somebody's like, well, what does inner circle mean? You have the ability, there's your conversation. Go start one and then go book a demo with them and get them as a customer or a distributor. Boom, done, right? So anyways, on that note, you guys, I am so excited to be kind of stepping in and really leaning into some bigger goals this year. And I hope this encourages you and kind of gives you that roadmap to be specific, kind of write things out, make sure you're kind of between that challenging and impossible level, and really just push yourself to achieve these things. And just know that if you focus on it, even if you have like setbacks, because you will, like, right? Like life will happen. You might have setbacks. Sometimes, like I said, we'll take 4 steps back, but we still take a step forward. You're still moving forward. It might take you a little bit longer to get there, but you're still moving forward. But on that note, guys, have a wonderful Wednesday. Go and blow up this chat, please, with your vision boards. Let me see what your goals are. I want to cheer you guys on. And at the same time, it'll also kind of hold you accountable as well. And then go and post and share it on your personal and in your beauty group as well. But anyways, have a great day. I'll go back through and check comments and answer any questions if you guys have it. So take care. Bye, guys.